When I was little, I used to enjoy playing with my older sister and younger brother. We used to have so much fun. We always used to get into fights and argue for no reason. You know, sibling type stuff. Other than that, I got along with them okay. My older sister had a lot of girlish type toys, and since my younger brother and I had no toys of our own to play with, or any boy type toys to even use, we would always play with our older sister's favorite toys. Of course, there was one toy my sister loved the most, and it's still to this day her most favorite toy. Or at least was, considering the fact I don't really know what she's been up to all this time. Anyways, she had this little fuzzy pink teddy bear with a big brown and yellow eyes and a big black nose shaped like a heart. The name of my sister's teddy bear was Jessica. My older sister absolutely loved that bear, but my younger brother and I were never allowed to play with her, unless our grandma or older sister were watching us carefully, or even our mom. Years went by, and my brother and I were now in elementary school, but we were both still living together at our grandma's house. However, our sister was no longer living with us at our grandma's house, and my younger brother and I felt kind of lonely. We almost felt like crying as we both looked at our older sister's old toys she used to play with us. All that changed when we decided to keep our older sister's toys and use them as a tribute to her, sort of just as a momentum. Not that she was dead or anything, it's just a, thing. I know that sounds strange, yeah, I know, but my brother and I were just kids and we missed our sister a lot. Anyways, skip ahead about 8 or 9 years, and that's where my story really begins. I was a young high school senior, and I had just recently graduated. My sister came to my graduation. I was so happy. I was finally reunited with my sister. We had lots of fun, and my younger brother was jealous that I got to spend so much time with our older sister. But I knew somewhere in my younger brother's heart, he missed our older sister too, and he wasn't jealous. He just wanted attention. Anyway, sometime later, my sister had to pack her things and move away again. I felt sad because I was going to start college soon. So I decided to go with my mom, dad, and younger brother to Vegas, so I could spend one more time with my older sister before she moved. My younger brother and I sat in the back of our mom's minivan with our sister, and we talked to her and spent a lot of time with her. After we arrived in Las Vegas, I began to cry, and my younger brother began to cry too. We drove around Las Vegas for a while, and we went sightseeing. After that, we arrived at our aunt's house and dropped off our sister. We talked to our older sister for a while, but only for a few minutes, and helped her unpack her stuff. Once we helped her finish unpacking her stuff, my younger brother and I went with our parents to find a hotel and stay for a couple of days. However, 2 days later, we all arrived back at our mom's house. I started to feel like something wasn't quite right. My younger brother felt the same way, and I could see the worried look of fear in his face. Eventually, we both decided to just ignore the feelings we had and focus on doing fun stuff instead. We played some PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, Wii, and with our Nintendo DS's together. After my brother and I got off the video game consoles, we watched some TV and movies. Our parents decided to have their own fun and went out for the whole day. Before they left me and my brother on our own, so they could go out, they gave us some money for pizza and told us to call 911 or them in case something happened or if there was an emergency. My brother and I agreed to the terms of our parents, and they left to go out. While we were at home, my brother and I decided to watch some TV. We argued over what shows we wanted to watch and who got to use the remote, but all that stopped when we heard a strange noise coming from our sister's room. My brother went to go check, and that's when things got terrifying. I could hear my brother screaming. I quickly went into our old sister's room, our sister's old room, and saw my brother standing on a puddle of what looked like blood. And in the blood puddle was our cats, dead. They had been decapitated and torn apart to the point in which we couldn't identify them. Just then, my brother saw something sticking out of the body of one of our dead cats. He picked it up and showed me. It was a piece of paper rolled up neatly and covered in blood. I ignored the feeling of the sticky blood on my hands and unrolled the paper to reveal a letter written in blood. The letter read, "Let's play together." My brother and I started to freak out, thinking it was a prank. We both accused each other, but then as we looked at the writing, we could see it wasn't in our own handwriting, but in a child's handwriting. We didn't know what to do or what was happening, but we decided to solve this problem together. Unfortunately, it didn't take much time to solve this spooky little mystery, because we were about to find something shocking and traumatizing for both of us. As we exited our sister's room, the walls began to rot away, and a thick layer, like a thick gooey-looking substance, presumably blood, began to ooze down the walls and the roof. My brother and I looked at the walls and noticed they all began to crack and break apart. What the hell was going on? And who wrote that letter? Another thing that scares me, our parents never came home that night, and our sister never contacted us from Vegas. To this day, we still do not know what happened. I'd rather not think about it. I'd rather not think about it than... And what the hell? Oh shit, oh shit, shit, shit! No, no, no. We left that house. How'd you find me? Stay away from me!